The new Buffies are here, and today I'm going to rank all the gadget ones from worst to best, so you'll know which ones are worth it and which aren't. Also, don't forget that this is my opinion, and with that said, let's not waste any more of your time and get right into the action. At number 12, we have Nita's first gadget, Bear Paws. The Buffy boosts Bruce's first attack, which is okay. I mean, extra damage is extra damage. To be fair, if you land the stun, you will obviously get value out of the Buffy. However, most experienced players can easily avoid the stun and probably kill the bear before it even lands an attack, pretty much making the gadget and the Buffy useless. At number 11, we have Nita's second gadget, Faux Fur. Kinda sad to see both of Nita's gadgets at the bottom, but the others are just better. This one provides 0.5 seconds of invincibility for both Nita and Bruce, which is not bad, but the duration is just too short to provide insane value, and I don't think they will buff the duration due to how broken Ems's Star Buffy was at 1 second of invincibility. In the right situation, it can be very good. However, you need insane reaction time to get value out of it, with the exception of Heist, where it's going to be very good, making Nita's bear a bit harder to kill, which already does a good job at it, and now it's going to be a bit better at it. At number 10, we have Bull's first gadget, T-Bone Missile. This one has the potential to give huge value, but sometimes not as much. A good thing about it is that the range of the gadget is a bit larger than Bull's main attack, so you don't need to be as close to the enemy to use it. However, you still want to be close because the healing potential is insane. The gadget itself provides some healing, but the Buffy marks the enemy for 5 seconds, and attacking them gives Bull lifesteal. Up close, this is insane, since you can pretty much heal your entire health bar and gain a lot of survivability. The problem is that you need to be close to the enemy or have your super to get full value from it, which makes it less consistent and reliable than other gadget Buffies on this list. At number 9, we have Bo's first gadget, Super Totem. The Buffy provides extra range to the totem, which is very good because it means you can place it further in the back and still get value out of it. This also makes it harder for enemies to destroy it since they would need to go further to reach it. However, the totem still has low health and also loses health over time. On top of that, it is map dependent because you need walls to place the totem behind for cover. And to put the nail in the coffin, it simply gets outshined by Bo's other gadget. At number 8, we have Leon's second gadget, Lollipop Drop. This one has the same problems as the last one. It's map dependent, it needs walls for cover, it's squishy, easy to destroy, and it has decaying health. On top of that, it doesn't have extra range like the totem. But why is it higher on this list? Because I think the buff that the Buffy provides is much better, being 15% increased movement speed inside the Lollipop's range. With the right placement and some coordination with your team, this gadget can be game-changing. 15% increased movement speed can help a lot with creating a push that may catch the enemy team off guard. To be fair, I don't think I will succeed in doing anything like that with my randoms, but I am excited to see how pro players will use it. At number 7, we have Bo's second gadget, Tripwire. The ability to activate your mines from anywhere on the map is very strong, and thanks to its rework, it became even stronger. Now Bo shoots arrows toward the mines, and if those arrows hit someone on the way, they have the same effect as a mine, which is insane, especially when using Bo's second star power, Snare a Bear, which deals damage and stuns the enemy. However, you do need to position yourself well if you want to get full value from the gadget. The Buffy increases the explosion radius of the mines, increasing the chances of hitting someone. The only caveat is that you need your super to use this gadget, which makes it more limiting compared to other gadget Buffies on this list. At number 6, we have Bull's second gadget, Stomper. I really like that after the rework, this gadget can now be used without the super, which makes it much more versatile than before. On its own, it slows enemies, making it easier for Bull to approach them. When combined with the super, it can stun enemies, making them an easy kill for Bull. The Buffy also increases Bull's movement speed for 3 seconds, helping him get closer to his next target or escape. However, the problem is that you still need to be close to the enemy to use it. and to get the full value, you also need your super. Compared to the other remaining Gadget Buffies on this list that are easier to use, this one can't really be any higher. At number 5, we have Bibi's first gadget, Vitamin Booster. If I had made this video at the start of the week, it would have easily been number 1. The bug that made it heal twice was insane, giving Bibi a huge amount of survivability and making her almost unkillable in many situations. Now that the bug is fixed, it heals 4,000 health at max level, which is still solid and more consistent than Bull's first gadget. The Buffy also automatically charges the home run bar, which is a nice bonus, even if you can get it fairly easily. It also works very well with both of Bibi's star powers, and hitting an enemy gives you extra healing, increasing Bibi's survivability and making it easier for her to stay alive. However, I am not 100% sure about this ranking since the bug fix happened only a few days ago, while the rest of the gadgets I tested them for almost 2 weeks. So this placement could be higher, lower, or maybe it is perfectly fine and I'm just overreacting. At number 4, we have Crow's second gadget, Slowing Toxin. Even though the rework made it a bit harder to use, it is still a very strong gadget. It deals 2,000 damage at max level and slows the enemy for 2 seconds. With the Buffy, you also have the chance to hit a second enemy and apply the same effects. On top of that, it doesn't consume ammo, which makes it very useful when you need to deal a lot of burst damage quickly. At number 3, we have Crow's first gadget, Instapoison. When I first saw it, I thought this rework was awful, but it's not the first time I've been wrong about something. One example is Emz's Star Buffy for her second star power. When I first saw it, I was saying it would not be that good. Oh boy, I was so wrong. The Buffy for this gadget is very good. Having the ability to extend the poison is insane, and it works very well with his first star power, which decreases the enemy's damage while they are poisoned. On top of that, it also gives Crow a small shield. It's not that strong, but it offers some decent survivability for Crow, who is a pretty squishy brawler. At number 2, we have Bibi's second gadget, Extra Sticky. I think many people slept on this gadget's potential because of the bug with the first gadget. Even though this one also received a nerf on the same day, reducing the range of how far you can throw it, the core mechanic was not touched. It is basically a mini loose super, just without the slippery effect. With the Buffy, it becomes very overpowered. The slow increases over time, and if someone gets caught in it, they are pretty much stuck. The Buffy also increases the gadget's duration, making it even stronger. This gadget can block paths, forcing enemies to take another route to you, and control zones in Hot Zone and other game modes. At number 1, the best gadget Buffy of this batch is Leon's first gadget, Clone Projector. The rework together with the Buffy made it one of the best gadgets in the game right now. The clone being able to deal damage is already very strong because it forces enemies to attack it. Some people might say the damage is small and doesn't matter, but in close matchups, even a small amount of damage can change interactions, especially in esports. The most insane part, and the main reason it takes the number 1 spot, is the Buffy. Being able to switch places with the clone is one of the strongest abilities we have seen so far. You don't even need your super to get close to the enemy anymore. Enemies are forced to destroy the clone or risk taking chip damage, or even worse, Leon suddenly teleporting next to them. I love this gadget, Buffy, because it allows you to play mind games with your enemies, and I'm really excited to see how pro players will use it. That's it for this ranking. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe to support my YouTube channel. I'll see you next time. Peace.